Goswami on the debate.
And for those who cry about the death of democracy, let me share what the death of democracy really is, what it really constitutes, and how it actually looks. Well, viewers of Republic, there has been violence, yes, violence during a meeting of the Joint Parliamentary Committee during the Wakf Bill in the Parliament premises today. Violence during a Joint Parliamentary Committee meeting where one of the Trinamool MPs, so loyal to Mamta, got so furious, so angry that he was being stopped when he was repeatedly interrupting another speaker, that he picked up a bottle and broke it in anger inside the Parliament premises. And there he is, that great man, being taken out, bandaged like he's some kind of a hero. It's an act of lumpenism. This act of breaking a glass bottle was aimed, and those are the pictures of the glass shards all around. This is happening in our Parliament, viewers. He wanted to break the bottle and maybe throw the broken bottle at a BJP MP, also from Bengal, who happens to be a former judge, who was objecting to his interruptions. So this is what we are living to see. MPs breaking bottles, injuring themselves, blood all over, bandages being put, and that's what we are paying taxes for. Imagine, viewers, imagine if this MP had gone and taken that broken bottle and ended up assaulting another MP with a broken glass bottle, there would be blood on the Parliament floor. It could be a very serious situation. Now, this is a near repeat to the same behavior, the abusive rant that controversial MP Mohua Moitra went on earlier, and her misbehaviour during an earlier Parliament committee meeting to discuss charges of corruption against her. Here she is, defiant after the way in which she behaved. This is behavior. Again, it was from a Trinamool INDI Alliance MP. And yesterday, another INDI Alliance MP, a Samajwadi MP, used a cuss word against the sitting Chief Justice of India, D.Y. Chandrachud. Viewers, what's going on? I don't want to preach about propriety. This is not a preachy channel, you know that. But all I want tonight, that when I open the phone lines, I want to hear your loud protest and anger tonight. So let's open the phone lines. I will open the lines because I want you to protest and shout so loud that your voice reaches the halls and galleries of Parliament, where blood was nearly spilled today by the people, by the same people, the very same people, the very same individuals who scream about the death of democracy. Let's debate.
Violence, glass bottles smashed, and bandages on TMC MP Kalyan Banerjee's hand. There was huge ruckus at the Joint Parliamentary Committee meeting on the Wakf floor in the national capital today. This after TMC MP Kalyan Banerjee and BJP MP Abhijit Ganguly got into an altercation over some provisions of the proposed law.
Mr. Banerjee, what would you like to say? Why have you been... Please tell. Mr. Banerjee, what happened? Mr. Banerjee, why have you been suspended? Is it because of your unruly behavior?
Nothing anything happened in the JPC can be said.
Is it because of your unruly behavior that you have been suspended? Mr. Banerjee?
TMC MP Kalyan Banerjee few minutes later was seen with bandage on his right hand and was escorted out by AAP MP Sanju Singh and AIMIM Chief Asauddin Owaisi. Medical reports say that he was treated for a 1.5 centimeter long cut on his right thumb and a cut on his little finger. The TMC MP has been suspended for a day from the JPC's proceedings for unruly conduct.
ये पार्लियामेंट का मामला है। हमने श्री ओम बिरला जी को फ़ोन पे घटना के तत्काल बाद उनको अवगत करा दिया है और उनको मतलब क्योंकि इतनी बड़ी घटना थी, हमें हाउस को जेपीसी की मीटिंग पहली बार हमको एडजर्न करना पड़ा मजबूरी में, क्योंकि जिस तरीके से वहाँ घटना हो गई थी, जिस तरह से पूरी बोतल टूटी थी और सारी चीज़ें हो गई, सब लोग हतप्रभ रह गए थे.
With INDI leaders' anarchic display of disagreement, The question is, can the opposition not handle the Waqf truth?
Atikur Rahman, Tausif Khan is from the TMC. He'll be joining us on that window. Abdul Razak, pro-Congress. Prafulla Ketkar, right-leaning RSS author. And Sanju Verma, national spokesperson of the BJP. Now, here's a situation. Viewers, and let's open the phone lines. Here's a situation. A person is speaking. Another person wants to interrupt. He interrupts 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. 5th time, somebody tells him, don't interrupt. He takes a bottle, he breaks it. The bottle breaks. There's blood all over. There's blood, broken bottle. Now, some people are saying that he was going to throw the broken bottle, or maybe some people say he was in such a rage, he was going to assault another MP with a broken bottle inside a parliament premises. So then there could have been a situation where 2 or 3 MPs would have been in a hospital today. And here he is, he's being held by Asaduddin Owaisi like he has won a gold medal for India. Look at this. Yes, Mr. Tausif Khan of the TMC, please.
First of all, Arnab, I think you should be sensible enough not to trivialize this matter.
I'm not trivializing it.
And no, by saying that he has won a gold medal and a fellow MP who is helping him to walk, and you are making fun of it. It does not behave of anyone.
Why he can't walk? Does he walk with his fingers?
Like you. No,
Does he walk with his fingers?
You are wrong,
they were giving him soup, making him walk like he has done some philanthropic activity.
You are wrong. Except that, yes, it was...
Did he break the bottle? Did he break the bottle?
Secondly...
Did he break the bottle? Did he break a glass bottle?
Mr. Kalyan Banerjee is a designated senior who appears...
Oh, come on, yeah. Designated senior, respectable, honorable, magnificent, super, fragilistically wonderful, enlightened, literate, erudite, civilizationally superior, blah, 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 blah. I'm not interested. Why did he break a bottle?
Why Abhijit Ganguly should speak in a JPC? What kind of stakeholder is he? What has he got on stake?
Why should a fellow MP speak? Okay, Prafulla Ketkar is on the debate. Prafulla Ketkar coming to you. Prafulla.
Who are you to decide this? This is the joint parliamentary committee. Every citizen, every stakeholder has a right to make a representation. This is not Bangladesh, Mister. This is if you are ruling in Bengal, this doesn't mean entire India has become a Bangladesh. This is not an Islamist rule. Still Indian constitution.
Prafulla Ketkar, louder, please. Prafulla Ketkar.
How is he a stakeholder?
Every stakeholder has a right to make a representation. Every NGO will make, every legal authority will make, every Indian citizen can make. You have grabbed the land in the name of what? Have you read Malapatti report? Have you read Malapatti report? I have read now. The similar kind of scam is there in Bengal, and that's why they don't want amendments in Wakf Bill.
Okay, now the fact is, Tausif, I began with you. The fact also is a bottle was broken. The fact also is, and I get in Sanju right now, I get in Razak, I get in Atikur, but the fact is tonight that when another MP spoke, this MP broke a bottle, and I'm told was looking menacingly at the other MP. Now, what if this MP who broke the bottle and ended up bleeding would have attacked the other MP inside Parliament?
Why should Abhishek speak? The BJP MP should just shut up. Why has he to speak?
The BJP MP should shut up, otherwise we'll hit him with a glass bottle.
Look at the language of this radical jihadi.
This radicalized language.
Look at the language of this radical jihadi. Television debates par aakar, all that this guy does is behave like a...
Razak and Sanju, please only.
Lumpen goon.
The primary reason to constitute a JPC is to listen to the opposition.
And this man is following his newly minted mentor Rahul Gandhi's footsteps.
Then you can talk how much ever you want, madam. Madam, in fact, even you should shut up. You should allow us to speak.
He's not even an official spokesperson of the Congress. He's a paid political analyst who's paid to spew venom on national television. Abhijit Bandyopadhyay.
Now you just shut up, Madam Arnab. This is
a sitting member of
this
the
is the
Parliament.
behavior which
He
cannot
has
be
every right
tolerated.
to speak on issues of national interest.
Madam, you-
Point number 2. Why is Kalyan Banerjee
Arnab, you either
behaving
coordinate
like a
or
fool?
please, I will
Who
have to
asked
leave the
Kalyan
show.
Banerjee
This
to
is not the
smash a
way.
bottle,
This is
injure
not the
himself,
way.
and come menacingly
Arnab,
at
I am
Abhijit
not a paid puppet. This is not the way.
from the BJP. Are you not a radical?
Arnab, I will have to leave the show. Please stop this woman from abusing.
Are you not
Arnab, you should stop this woman.
No, one point is,
Jihadi, all this.
my question is right now, 1 minute, Sanju, 1 minute.
I am not into all this rubbish.
Razak, the fact is the bottle was broken. 1. Second is, blood was spilt.
This shameless woman cannot be abusing.
Look at this. Look at
That
this.
is irrelevant.
This man.
Arnab, this
You
shameless
both are
woman
getting
cannot be
personal. That's
abusing.
not the point. What we are here to debate is what we will debate.
Islamic
What we are here to
Just
debate is
because
what we will
I'm a
debate.
Muslim.
And the question right now, the question and the only question right now, and I want to go to Atikur Rahman. The only question that I'm going to Atikur Rahman and Sanju right now is on the violence in Parliament, and that's my only point tonight. Atikur Rahman, look at the violence in Parliament. People are calling this evening. What's going on? Debate an issue, debate the Wakf Bill, debate anything. Fight each other, but don't get to a point where you're going to injure each other physically. This was a very, and Sanju is back on the debate on the left with Atikur Rahman. This was a very dramatic situation and a situation of great concern. We have our first caller, Sanju on the left, and Sriram is calling in from Bengaluru. The pictures are on your screen of the violence during a Parliament committee meeting. Sriram, what do you think? I don't know if Sriram is on. Atikur, let me take your view. Atikur.
Arnab, I request if there is any bottle with either Sanju or Mr. Praful Ketkar, they should be removed, because the moment I say them that they are the radical Atankis, what will you tell me that I am provoking them? Who provoked Kalyan Banerjee?
Loudly.
Under what circumstances Mr. Kalyan Banerjee was provoked? Do we know that? Do we know the circumstances, what was going on in the JPC? We do not know any details, and we are just asking ourselves that why a bottle was broken. What if a panelist on your panel tells Mr. Abdul Razzaq Khan that he is a jihadi? And you are not stopping her to
He is
do
a jihadi.
Radical jihadi
And
she is a
radical Islamist jihadis. Hindu
This is
women
not
who are victims of love
The question is right now, Sanju, let's bring the focus back. You know, what happens is, Atikur, a question is given to you. Now let's address the question. You made your point. Now go to the question. The question is, 1 minute, Sanju. Let Atik come in, then I'll go. The fact is, there was a JPC meeting. Whatever the difference you may have among each other about the Wakf Bill or about the constituents of the Wakf Bill or what each other is saying or how many times who has interrupted whom. I cannot believe today that in my country's parliament, MP is breaking a bottle in a fit of anger and there's blood being spilt. You have to go through medical treatment. I mean, tomorrow, Atikur, you will take responsibility, or Razak, if he had taken that bottle and attacked the other MP with it?
The reason for constituting a JPC is to listen to the stakeholders, to listen to the opposition. Why should the BJP MP get...
How is a BJP MP not a stakeholder?
Jihadis like you. You do not...
Again, you see, there's a problem. Don't do that. Don't do that, Sanju.
It's all about...
The national spokesperson of BJP, a shameless woman. You are a shameless radical jihadi.
You please ask her only to speak.
You are illiterate.
You're both.
You are a shameless woman.
Both of you are straying away from the debate. Take them off air. 1 minute. No personal comments will go. And I'm going to Tausif right now. Tausif C. Let's go back to the root issue. Let's go back. Keep quiet, Razak, and both of you. Both of you, no personal attack. I want to go to the issue. You're not helping me. The issue is of potential violence. Are you not concerned? I want to know who's not concerned.
The issue is unfair. The issue is unfair hearing. Mr. Kalyan.
How do you assume it was an unfair hearing?
Raised a point that why
do you believe in constitution? Do you believe in free speech?
When he is
do
not
you
a
believe in
stakeholder?
parliamentary decorum?
We are talking
Then
about
where is the
legislation
question
and
of
amendment
using
in the
transport
Wakf
document?
Bill. And
Do you
Abhijit
believe?
Gangopadhyay is
Baba,
not a
Wakf Bill is a
stakeholder.
fraud.
only
Do you know how much land is grabbed by the Wakf board?
Ask for an audience.
How much land given to the God? In the name of God, people are doing corruption.
Wakf property, even though I come from a community where Wakf properties are
all these people
by people, but and the BJP MP who has got nothing to do with the Wakf property, he's coming and giving lectures in spite of not being a stakeholder, and that is why Mr.
Okay, we'll take a couple of callers now, viewers. The fact is, there is something called parliamentary decorum. Most of the viewers still would believe in, and I think what has happened today is bringing great disservice to that. And Sriram is calling from Bengaluru. I'll quickly take a couple of calls. Sriram, I'm sorry. I think you couldn't hear me the last time. What do you think? What do you think?
Right from the behavior of the people in your panel right now, it reflects their top attitude also. They need to have some shame. They need to maintain some decorum, which they do not, and making personal attacks. That itself reflects how they would have behaved in the JPC. Shame on them.
I take your point, Sriram. I take your point. Thank you for calling. Vasudev calling from Hyderabad. Hyderabad, what do you think, Vasudeva, about what happened in Parliament today?
That's correct. See, I agree with Mr. Sriram. See, the way your panel is, it is not the way to behave in a live TV show. No, this is not the way. Yes, you have thousands of opinions, but it should be discussed and debated. Not like this breaking glass and supporting breaking of this bottle, all those nonsense should not happen. At least these people should understand what is happening, what is a JPC meeting, who are all sitting there. See, these people are supposed to be allied people elected by the public. Is this the way these people are going to behave? I think what respect these people will have tomorrow with the youngsters who is coming next generation and third. They should feel ashamed of themselves. These people are very, very senior. The next generation will be their great grandsons or grandsons.
Vasudev, let me get Tausif to respond to you.
This is what they are going to show them.
Absolutely. I totally agree with your viewer. He raised a very valid point, which is when there are two people arguing. One is Abhijit Ganguly and the other is Kalyan Banerjee. But what is the chairman doing? When there is a provocation, when the chairman is not taking any action. So chairman
which
is biased.
provocation?
Just because...
So Sanju is responding now, please, to that. Sanju, Praful, 1 minute. Let Sanju respond to Tausif. 2 on the screen, please, ladies and gentlemen. On 1 minute.
Please make my points. This cannot be a two-to-member debate where we are abusing
Why
each
is
other.
Abhijit Ganguly not suspended?
Tausif, can I make my point? I heard you.
Okay, Tausif, she's responding to you. We're back on the subject. We're back on the subject. We're back on the subject in this last debate. Tausif, we are back on the subject.
Tausif, thank you. I have known you to be a sensible and sane debater. Let's keep it sane and sensible. I'm sure you're not like one of your abusive, brethren from the other side, Abdul Razak Khan, who calls women shameless. I'm sure that is the way he talks to his mother, his nieces, his sisters. I pity them that they have to tolerate him. But I will come to the moot point of the debate. The moot point of the debate is this. The first allegation is that the, JPC is not doing its job under the chairperson Jagdambika Pal. That is absolutely false. While Jagdambika Pal is from the BJP and the chairperson, there are 31 members in this committee and more than 47% of the committee members are from the opposition parties. Point number 2, let's be very honest that Vice Chairperson of the Rajya Sabha, Jagdeep Dhankar, and the Lok Sabha Speaker, Mr. Om Birla, both were abused by Kalyan Banerjee, saying that these two gentlemen don't know their job. I would request Kalyan Banerjee to go back. Can I just finish? I would
please finish. He's responding to you.
Go back and read. Yes, I would request Kalyan Banerjee to go back and read Article 63 of the Constitution, which gives out details of Jagdeep Dhankar, the Vice Chairperson of Rajya Sabha's powers. And
very bad situation today. Viewers, a lot of viewers have lined up to call. I have to take them on air. Before Tausif responds, I'm getting Rohan from Mumbai. Rohan, what do you think about the violence at the JPC in Parliament today?
Yes, hi Arnab, good evening. First of all, it's extremely disturbing to see these kind of visuals. And this also sort of begs the larger question, what we are seeing in terms of this entire Wakf narrative, It's either being, with parliamentary MPs threatening themselves and, violence, or people saying they'll come out on the streets. I mean, what nonsense is going on in a democratic, so-called secular country?
Yeah.
And, this is absolutely unacceptable. And I'd also like to make a larger point to the BJP member that all eyes are on BJP. They better get this bill passed. They better get the amendments passed because we are sick and tired of MPs embarrassing us.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, while this is happening, we are just told a big breaking story right now. MEA briefing has been on. I don't know whether this is happening in Kazan or in New Delhi. And there's a confirmation that there will be an India-China bilateral in New Delhi, I'm told. I'm not sure about whether the location has been fixed yet or spoken, but this is a huge development where upcoming bilateral between Narendra Modi and Xi Jinping has been confirmed. I cannot confirm yet whether this bilateral will happen on the sidelines of the present BRICS meeting, which is on in Kazan, or whether it will happen separately. Big story. We are going to be looking at that at 10 o'clock. But Sheetal Mohan also calling in from Chandigarh. A lot of people calling tonight to this ongoing debate. Sheetal, what do you think about the violence in Parliament today, the breaking of bottles and all that?
Yes, hi. Good evening, Arnab.
Good evening.
It is actually very disturbing to see that such a thing is happening in the Parliament. Now the word comes like parliamentary language, unparliamentary language, and imagine where this Parliament is heading to. So it is a clear picture that if you allow people here on your channel, on your debate, if you give them bottles, they will also smash bottles.
Yeah, I fear sometimes. I actually do.
Yes, the pro-Congress correspondent just said that shameless woman to Sanju Verma.
Yeah.
Imagine if he could say that.
Razak
and he could not tolerate your saying that when you said that how Kalyan Banerjee is being escorted like a hero and they could not digest that. And a simple comment by Sanju Verma was not even able, they were not able to take that. So on the channel, on such a channel, they are
one minute. Razak, I hope you heard that.
Simple comment.
I hope you heard that.
Simple comment for you.
Simple comment.
That was a simple comment for you. Calling a Muslim jihadi.
Reference to gender.
Not every Muslim is a jihadi. I will not take this rubbish.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this meeting between Narendra Modi.
Abdul Razak Khan, लोग आपको गालियां दे रहे हैं on national television for being an abusive
people know.
Okay, viewers, one minute. No, we'll do Abhishek for 10 minutes between the two debates. Right now, on the JPC debate, I am personally horrified at the breaking of bottles. I've covered Parliament, but I must.
Arnab, opposition MPs were not given sufficient time. Arnab, opposition MPs were not given sufficient time.
Why do you keep getting this?
Jagdambika Pal, sitting there as a chief, is sitting with a prejudiced mindset. With a prejudiced mindset, you cannot listen to opposition.
I refuse to debate with this abusive man. I refuse to debate with this abusive man. Can I make my larger point on Mohua Moitra?
Everyone on, ladies and gentlemen, not one versus one right now. We need to move fast. We have 6 minutes on this debate. We need to make the most of it. Sanju, 1 minute. Sanju, finish your point, 30 seconds, then I get Praful and everybody here. Tausif, I'll come to you as well.
Should have been given sufficient time.
Understood, you made your point 7 times and you've been given sufficient time to make that point. Sanju, please conclude your remarks.
Let's be very clear that the Waqf amendment simply seeks to bring in accountability, bring in transparency. It wants to digitize land records. It wants to institute a legal mechanism so that nobody can indulge in brazen land grabbing. That is the most important point. There are many members from the minority community in the JPC, so it's not that the JPC
Why are you imposing two non-Muslims inside every Waqf board?
Which is a false allegation. Arnab, what is wrong with you? Can I please make my point?
Why should we tolerate non-Muslims in our boards?
Can you get this radical
Why should we tolerate non-Muslims in our boards?
Can you get this radical abuse?
And why should state governments control? Why should state governments control temple trusts? Why should state governments control temple trusts?
Question the government. This has been the tradition. Sir,
Which tradition? Which tradition? You say tradition. No, 1 minute, Sanju, you made your point now. Now I must ask this question. They say the land belongs to us. They say the land belongs to us, and they say it is our land. Now my counter question to that is that are you now afraid that you will not be able to lay your claims on the Taj Mahal and the Surat municipal headquarters anymore? Are you now afraid that you will not be able to say that the Indira Gandhi International Airport and the land of the Indira Gandhi International Airport belongs to you as well?
We have not encroached any land. We have not claimed land without...
Yeah, you don't believe you encroach. You believe the land is yours. Others are encroaching on it. Okay, we have a response from Prafulla Ketkar right now. Prafulla, hot on the debate right now. Prafulla. One more call.
Razak knows very well the minority report in Karnataka had given a detailed record of Malapatti committee had given a detailed record of land grabbing. The land donated in the name of Allah has been grabbed by the Waqf member boards. They have leased it out. They have made a fraud out of it. The MC land has been grabbed.
Atik on the right of the JPC violence.
Like including Parliament and High Court have been
One more caller.
The fraud has been made by the board in the
It's all right, no problem. Okay, Razak is speaking. Razak.
Only the land belongs to Waqf board.
They can't manage.
If and only if a Muslim has donated the land, only then we will say it is a Waqf land. Not because just we saw something, it is
but
ours.
You cannot
we don't claim land.
You can't.
Prafulla Ketkar on the debate. Prafulla Ketkar.
You can't earn money out of it. It is
all right. It's both.
You can't make fraud out of it.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, hot debate there tonight and the breaking news coming in. Ladies and gentlemen, viewers, please remember I'm cutting short the debate by 4 minutes. It's 9:28 p.m. And the big debate this evening, the big, huge breaking story is that there's going to be the first ever bilateral between Narendra Modi and Xi Jinping since the 2020 Galwan clash, which means that there has been significant progress for this bilateral to happen. Abhishek has latest on that big, huge breaking story. Abhishek.
Well, yes, the announcement was made by Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri just a while back that, yes, the two leaders, Prime Minister Modi and President Xi Jinping, would be meeting on the sidelines of the BRICS summit in a proper, full-fledged bilateral, which is the first after the 2020 chill that set in after what China did, breaking all understandings and agreements insofar as the line of actual control in eastern Ladakh is concerned. That's a huge diplomatic move coming in from both the sides. Also, the Foreign Secretary confirmed again that the agreement that was announced yesterday by India and today by China actually creates a situation where it's status quo ante 2020 or April 2020 in Galwan, in eastern Ladakh.
And what messaging this is. This is fantastic messaging to the United States. This is fantastic and direct messaging to the United States. Abhishek.
Absolutely. This is India telling the United States specifically and the rest of the world generally that we are capable of handling our issues ourselves. We don't need props. We don't need any extra support. It's just that we follow an independent foreign policy.
Okay,
we looked in the eye so far as China's breach of law, international law, and China's breach of understanding and agreements with India is concerned.
Yeah.
We have handled it well. We have looked them in the eye, and now it's resolved.
Brilliant, Abhishek. Now, Abhishek, I'm leading into that soundbite that made the news. That's going to be the huge headline all of tonight and tomorrow morning in the newspapers. Of course, who reads newspapers these days? It's all over when the news breaks on Republic. But this is what was said by Vikram Misri.
Yeah, I can confirm that there will be a bilateral meeting held between Prime Minister Modi and President Xi Jinping tomorrow, 23rd of October, on the sidelines of the BRICS summit. The exact time and other logistics are being worked out, but the meeting will take place tomorrow.
Something like that happens, it's got to go beyond the cosmetics. Abhishek, what do we expect to be on the agenda? At least a couple of things beyond what was announced yesterday about the partial resumption of patrolling and solving of the border issues in part. There has to be something more on the table.
On the agenda, of course, Arnab, would be tackling the elephant in the room insofar as India-China relationship goes, which is the balance of trade situation. It's so heavily in favor of China. Something needs to be done about it. Remember the economic survey which mentioned the possibility of India getting foreign direct investment from China and thus balancing this lopsided balance of trade situation, possibly a dialogue there. But remember, there was a total freeze on all aspects of the relationship, and hopefully there would be moves made towards normalization of that, including, for example, the changes in law that India had made to make sure that the Chinese companies, it's not easy for them to trade in India, do business in India, a lot of things. But also, before I leave, another important development, this is on the eastern front. On the western front, India has renewed its agreement on the Kartarpur corridor with Pakistan for the next 5 years. That's also big, which means we are sort of making sure that our borders are safe and there is no hot, live border on both the sides.
Okay, so one last thing. What's in it for China? Tomorrow's meeting. What do they need to get out of it? What's in it for them?
Well, so far as China is concerned, or no, obviously, this is about China also sending across a message that they are also not the belligerent China that the world or the West tries to project. Obviously, there is business in their mind because their companies were struggling and India had made them pay the price, made them pay the costs of this military misadventure that some general might have planned. Obviously, we are not coming in from Xi Jinping at that time. Maybe the purposes have been achieved. Maybe India has sent across a message that there is no possibility of bullying us. The manner in which China gets away with, say, a Vietnam or a Philippines or a Taiwan. And so I think this is going back to the trenches and normalization, which perhaps is on the mind of Xi Jinping as well.
Move towards normalization. I'd say not normalization, move towards normalization. Abhishek, thank you very much. Big breaking story. See you at 10. Ladies and gentlemen, to our next debate.